Welcome back. It's time for us to return Letty back home. I'm sure nothing bad will happen on the way.
So, I guess we're setting a course back for Alster 4 then, that right?
Yep.
If you would.
By the way, you should know that Vergoldian Interstellar sent out a warning. Some of Remington's fleet haven't surrendered to Admiral Maverick yet. They report some scattered pockets of resistance.
So a straight course for Alster is out.
Yeah, might be smarter to take the scenic route this time. You know the drill. Better to be safe than sorry.
Right. So we'll steer clear of the usual routes and see if we can find some safer detours then.
A most prudent choice. It would do us no harm to linger longer among the stars, yes?
Pull us out of orbit at a quarter thrust and set course for Alster. Last leg of our journey. Let's make it a good one.
Copy that, Captain. Exiting orbital trajectory at a quarter thrust.
I still love the Star Ocean music.
T-minus 30 to Alster 4.
Your Highness.
Fret not. It was but the thought of our journey's end.
Perhaps a stroll would put one's mind at ease. May well be our last chance to share words with our companions.
Yes, well, that is a most excellent idea.
Indeed.
Maester Midas, whatever are you doing?
I'm musing over the Scorpium.
Come again?
I've come across a wealth of experiences I'd never dreamed of since taking to the stars. There is much I wish to convey to Melthea and Marcus upon our return.
Well, that is wonderful. Dr. Eason and Director Melthea will certainly be pleased.
But my voluminous words will never truly convey to them the smell in the air aboard this vessel, nor the texture and tastes of our journey. I can't explain the sensation of my weight on the surface of strange planets for the first time.
Yes.
We humans are social creatures. At our root, we live through and thanks to our connections with others. That set me thinking. The Scorpium seek to guide evolution, and they share their society's wisdom with all who join them. Perhaps they forge the path that all humanoids must one day inevitably tread.
Be that as it may, Maester Midas, do we humanoids need not still build for one another the road which one day leads us there?
I needn't be reminded, but the matter itself is now known to me. It has taken root and will occupy my mind for the rest of my days. And what wonderful days they will be.
I find myself picturing Lady Malkia far from amused at how troublesome you might be.
If I wasn't, then I would no longer be me, correct?
Indeed. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I inquired of Raymond to determine if we might sail the Fulga through the Ocean of Stars.
Aboard the Fulga? And what was his response?
Without a moment of contemplation, he told me space held no air, as though it were as obvious as the color of the sky itself. For many years I have studied semiomancy alongside Midas and the other maesters, sharing in all the knowledge of our world. Yet, I now realize we know absolutely nothing of space.
And is there no consolation in knowing now what you have yet to learn?
I find no consolation in self-deceit. We must acknowledge that it shall be no simple feat to ever set course for their worlds ourselves.
That was it. That was the lot. Okay. That's a hell of a stretchy, yawny sound.
how much longer until our return to Alster?
Just about there now. I'm sorry about the Emperor.
Indeed.
I don't think I could say this in front of Albert or the others, but I feel like he wasn't a bad person.
It's quite all right, Chloe. I am in agreement.
I'm sure Emperor Gerard now, I guess. This news will be very difficult for him.
We must accept the Emperor's fate if the Empire and my kingdom are to move toward peace. Chloe?
Yes?
I must confide. I find myself wishing you Alcerian, like me.
I'm very flattered and honored by your words. But I have a feeling perhaps we wouldn't have wound up as good as friends if that were true.
Right. Well put. Mayhaps things are best as they are.
I agree.
Indeed. Theo May!
Is something on your mind, cousin? What could cause you to respire so?
My thoughts were of Boldor. I keep wondering if I might have done more. Somehow convinced him down a path which, in the end, might have saved him.
Perhaps.
In truth, I am plagued by regret. What I seek, and that which I bring about, never seem to coincide.
I lament the same myself.
And yet, then I look at men such as Bennett and Remington. These men are capable of sailing through the stars themselves, yet still they are susceptible of falling astray at the slightest mishap. There seems to be no world in which we are guaranteed to accomplish that which we set out to.
Perhaps the story of our kind is built by those who tried and failed, but persevered nonetheless. What we deem failure at present may one day be seen a crucial step toward a greater good. We might say the same of the Scorpium.
Perhaps so. That means we must push through and live on, so that one day we can stand tall and proud.
I still feel like we're missing JJ, to be honest. I want JJ and Theo. That's where I feel like we should be. We should have both.
Might I inquire now what it was that Luca meant earlier?
So, Laeticia, you're royalty, right? Which means you're one of the recognized representatives for a major percentage of Alster 4's population, yes? And Midas and Nina, they're some of the greatest minds the planet has to offer. Whenever such people of your caliber come into contact with Federation technology, their native planet gets registered as a protectorate.
And a protectorate is...
There are ramifications, but there is one in particular that Ray's concerned about.
Oh, nothing.
Okay, registering a planet as a Federation protectorate is almost like a public proclamation. That they are laying future claim to the planet, as a Virgoldian, and also as someone who witnessed all the controversy here. It's hard for him to accept that.
I confess I am also uncertain how to respond.
If we're being frank, I don't think the Federation in its current state is in any position to register Alster 4 as a protectorate. I just have one concern.
Concern?
As long as I remain military personnel, making Alster 4 a protectorate is the only way I'd ever be able to see any of you again.
Oh, that is a grave concern indeed.
It truly is.
So who is left? Is it just you? Nina? Is it just Nina?
It's been an adventure of a lifetime. But it's almost over now, huh?
The journey, yes, but not the lessons we might glean from it.
Some of it's still pretty hard to digest. And we've definitely had more than our share of trouble and all, but... I don't know. I really wish we could have stayed longer and traveled more with them. Don't you think so, Laeticia? Laeticia?
Yes. Yes. I quite agree. If only ever so slightly longer.
Alright, so... that should be a lot, right? Unless I'm forgetting somewhere? Bridge? Nope. Where am I forgetting? Common area? Ah, yes.
Seems our time together draws to an end.
All journeys reach an end. Doesn't mean it's the end, though. Right?
Indeed. I can assure you, we don't want to lose contact with any of you after today. Speaking of the future, though, what exactly do you plan to do now, Duma? You were meant to assess the people of Vergold for Scorpium compatibility, yes?
I am contemplating the endeavor to normalize Scorpium integration.
Normalize Scorpium integration? Should I take that to mean moving away from invasive assimilation to focus on what were your prior methods then?
You are correct, though we expect that alone will be insufficient. Contact with the Pangalactic Federation served as a catalyst in the Scorpium schism. However, it is now obviously apparent that Scorpium ideology has always been susceptible to such dangers.
It was always at risk of taking a more aggressive route, then?
Indisputable. Armed with that information, we must learn from our failures and seek out new methods by which to further our evolution. This perspective should be shared with the network.
Sounds a lot better than the Centralists, that's for sure. But how's one little probe supposed to influence the whole network?
Astute observation. I am but an investigative life form, unable to intervene in non-mission critical duties.
Yet, little Duma, you did just that by aiding us on our journey, did you not?
It was your actions that prompted me to do so.
What actions?
Your efforts to rescue the android Elena from the crash site at Galka Shrine triggered my protocols. Had you acted differently, my investigation directive would have persisted. Communication between us would have remained at minimum levels. In past surveys of worlds co-inhabited by organic and non-organic life forms, use of non-organics as tools by organic life forms has been quite typical. However, you treat Elena's life as equal to your own, sparing no thought to her nature. In your interactions, I detected new possibilities for future coexistence. My aid was offered in an effort to further investigate future options suggested by your actions. Additionally, influenced by the interactions they witnessed between Raymond and Elena, Laeticia and the people of Alster Trouble naturally accepted the android as an equal being, working alongside Elena as they would any other fellow humanoid. This is an astounding occurrence, and serves as proof that such a symbiotic relationship can spread. My actions may have breached my role as an investigative unit, but I am grateful to all of you.
That's all just common sense for Vergoldians.
Likewise. It seemed only natural for us.
The greatest hope for the future of Scorpium is in finding more who share such a mentality.
And you will strive to foster such thought. Is that right?
Correct.
Perhaps you have already experienced some form of personal evolution yourself, then.
Personal evolution.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, little Duma. You've been through way too much not to be left a little wiser for it. You know, I'd say this whole adventure taught us all a thing or two.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Well, I'm gonna make my way to the bridge then.
I shall see you there.
To the bridge, then!
I don't remember that being there.
Something up?
There are 3 unidentified objects in orbit around Alster 4. They're around 30 meters in diameter. They weren't there before. Establishing visual.
Debris from the battle between Akizuki and the Scorpion ship?
That is no debris. Detecting autonomous corrections in trajectory.
That is Scorpion. Hang on now. What are Scorpion doing in this system on a scale like that?
Sure doesn't look like anything good. Doesn't look like they're itching for a fight, but it's probably safer to think they've got eyes on us, too. We got readings on any other Scorpion battleships?
Captain, we've picked up a massive structure on the surface that wasn't there before. Pulling up the feed now.
Whoa, wait a minute. Don't tell me that thing is...
Scorpion.
The sheer size of it.
Where is this tower, precisely?
This looks like... the ancient coil in Nilbeth?
That cannot be! What of the Trathan settlement there? Can we not see what is underway within?
Sensors are being blocked. Interior scanning of the tower was unsuccessful. This construct, could it be?
I have no idea what's going on. Well, Laeticia, looks like it's not time for goodbyes just yet.
It would appear so.
Ray, transmission from the surface.
From that tower?
No, this is... It's from the royal capital.
This is Lola paging the Aldous. Do you copy?
Lola!
Welcome home, Princess Laeticia. The situation here is critical.
Details now!
Settle down and listen well. We are without many casualties. Osarius, Vale, and Nilbeth are working jointly on this. We're currently assessing the situation. I'd ask that you land at the Osarian Royal Palace. I can brief you on the latest intel once you've arrived.
Very well. We shall be with you shortly. Ray?
Copy. All right, let's do this. Ant?
Yeah, leave the rest here to me. But haul your ass back this way if things go south.
Also want to see about some private actions.
Let us make for Osarius.
Let's. Because there should be some available at this point, right?
My father and everyone are in trouble. We must make for Osarius at once.
Should be.
Lola!
You all appear well. What of the Emperor, the Colonel, and Gaston?
Well...
I see. Let us go meet with His Royal Majesty.
Ah, yeah, we killed them. They are super dead. Nothing but dirt.
His Majesty awaits with his council just above.
Just when I thought we were done. Laeticia, Raymond, it is good to have you back.
It relieves me to see you well, Father. Whatever has happened here in my absence?
These strange beings simply rained down upon us one day. A whole expanse of the Nilbeth continent fell all but instantly.
And what of the Trathan? Have you heard nothing?
Many of your people have fled their homes to seek refuge in Osarius and Vale. Some fled for the Nilbeth capital instead, but all are safe.
Indeed. Then I am relieved.
The invaders have made no further movements since their capture of Nilbeth. Without the slightest inkling of their plan, the Royal and Imperial navies can do naught but sit in wait off the coast.
These invaders are Scorpium.
That much is obvious.
If I am not mistaken, their foremost aim is most certainly the ancient coil. They have raided similar sites in other worlds beyond our own.
But the centralist faction which espoused such ways has been eliminated.
You say that, but look at what's in front of you. This is exactly the kind of thing those bastards would do.
Ray, transmission from Alster 4 surface. It's being relayed through a satellite, but I think it's from that Scorpium construction. What? There's no way.
Merchant vessel Aldous. Your return has kept us waiting.
That voice.
Voltor! I witnessed you perish!
He endures.
If only it were surprising. His consciousness persists on the network. Are we to understand that the physical form we fought against in Provenient's cavern was merely one of many he had obtained?
It would appear so. In his cybermind integration, he has abandoned his physical form. And his consciousness is now more directly connected to the Scorpium continuum than most of our kind.
Which means what? Are we to suffer him in multifarious forms no matter how oft he is bested?
That is correct.
You jest.
As was the plan, I have taken up the mantle of the Sovereign and will bring the universe together as one new Scorpium.
You've planned this from the start?
What? You manipulated us from the start.
The history, the traditions, all of Nilbeth stands as the perfect first subject for my rebirth Scorpion.
None are yours to take!
Hear me, good people of Alster 4. With me as their sovereign, the rebirth Scorpium are here to see all the universe fused as one. The people of this planet will be but the first to join us. Let go of your troubles and your fears, and accept Scorpium. Hark, we offer you naught but enlightenment. The Scorpium are what our people were always meant to be. Laeticia Osiris. I trust you hear me. You will continue to resist me, of that much I am certain. But know that I wish for nothing more than peace and happiness for you all as well.
You lie!
We await you, Princess. Our numbers ever growing.
Ray! I'm detecting lots of Scorpium-looking aircraft taking off from that structure in Nilbeth. They're spreading out over the entire planet.
This isn't good. If they move on the cities, we will not hold out for long.
This will be a far, far cry from our battle with Remington. How are we to wage war against an enemy immune to death itself?
Our only hope is finding a way to curb Boldor's influence.
Elaborate.
The data we require can only be obtained by visiting that tower.
All right then. Nothing ventured, nothing earned, huh? Chloe, what do you think about landing us inside that spire?
The way they're jamming our sensors, a direct landing will be impossible.
Well, get us as close as you can, and we'll hike the rest.
Fret not. I have faith that we will be fine.
Yes, it is as you say.
You got it. I mean, we've been riding our luck this far. All right, we get in close, we bust on in, we figure out the rest as we go.
But first, some private actions. Question is, where do we begin?
Ray, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, Laeticia! Am I glad to see you? I got myself totally lost.
Is that so? Well, how fortunate that I have found you.
I'm really kind of surprised. Didn't expect this place to be so huge.
This is the royal capital, and one of the largest cities in the world. Her buildings vary greatly, so those new to her streets often become lost.
You seem pretty happy.
Oh, do I?
Sure do. It's like you're so proud you can barely contain it.
Well, this is my birthplace after all, and to hear you acknowledge her grandeur pleases me so.
I mean, all goofiness aside, it's a beautiful city. It'd be pretty much perfect if you couldn't get lost in it, though.
I cannot say I agree, but I do thank you.
That was a fairly simple one.
Stop. Even if I were to accept your gesture, I would receive no boon from it.
Nevertheless, I cannot overlook how Father and the Corps persecuted you and the Semiomancy Consortium, all for political purposes.
Did I not say I had no want for your apology, man? I have no intention to ask anything of you.
But, Maester Felgrade, what of your honor?
The same honor unites mouth from your grimmest visage, curled with your miserable stoicism? Think me in want of that. Go jump in a lake full-plated.
But...
Don't misunderstand me. There is no need for you to apologize. What did you possibly do to me 14 years ago to affect me? Jack all.
For one thing, I failed to stop my father.
You were a child then, a brat barely old enough to be Laeticia's senior. You were powerless then, and a fool now to think otherwise. Is your sense of repentance not yet sated?
No.
Then toil and sweat blood for the kingdom's future, so that such things will never occur again. And work together with Albert and that sneaky one eavesdropping over there.
Letty?
Let us elders fight among ourselves about the past. You'd all best think of the future. That is a responsibility only your generation can shoulder.
Yes.
I will give my everything for the future.
You young people today are too upstanding and dutiful. Did you inherit none of your father's shameless desires? You put me ill at ease.
It's just very strange. I was like, youngsters today being responsible. Like, wait, what?
And what might you two be doing?
Letty, I was giving Ray a test of skills.
A test of skills? Either Albert or I could easily attest to Ray's prowess.
It was not as if I was doubting his abilities.
It was actually my idea. I was curious to see how I compare to the strength of a top knight in combat.
Yes, and instead of discussing the finer points with words, it is of course quicker to simply engage in a clash of arms.
I'm afraid that reasoning evades me.
Yeah, I guess it would. But hey, since we're on the topic, Laeticia, who could take who in a fight? Me or Theo?
I couldn't possibly decide an answer to such a sudden question.
Whatever comes to mind is fine. Surely your intuition tells you something.
Boys and their pride. Well...
Ooh. I'm the best of all. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
I am afraid I cannot choose between you.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Which of you falls to other matters not, when I could easily best you both.
Well, dang. How are you supposed to beat that?
Indeed. I dare say I have lost all will to fight. What say you? Perhaps we should end this sparring and find ourselves a drink?
Oh, sounds good. Let's go.
Where are you? Oh, you two.
To the bar!
Cousin Theo, what might you be doing here?
Letty! Nothing in particular.
Did something draw your attention? Is someone there, perhaps?
No, wait! There is no one!
Oh?
Just when this kingdom had finally settled down, here comes another commotion.
I hear that Princess Laeticia has been all over the country, putting an end to this mess. Oh, what a fine young woman she is.
But did you hear? There's rumors she's being accompanied by Commander Theo.
Oh, good heavens! Say it isn't so! He betrayed the king and Laeticia and sided with the Vale Empire.
He sure did. Oh, I just hope he's not thinking up another scheme at her expense.
I don't understand. Why has he been released in the first place? He betrayed the crown and disgraced the knights, didn't he? I've seen folks executed for less, you know?
Ain't that the truth? He's a scary one, that Theo.
I shall go explain what truly happened.
No, Letty, stop. I brought these circumstances upon myself, and so I must accept them.
Even so.
Let them say what they will. Those not present at that time cannot be expected to understand the truth of what happened. And what they are saying, their words are not mistaken.
Then you will forever be the subject of such gossip.
Any attempt to enlighten them about those events would only be met with deaf ears. At best, it would replace one rumor for another.
But then what of your reputation, Cousin Theo?
As long as we restore this kingdom's future, I could not care less what people think, especially if what they think happens to be the truth. Scrambling to protect my honor with favorable reports and half-truths would only complicate matters more. I say, let the truth be known.
Cousin Theo. Very well. At the very least, I will promise to hold your feelings in mind. Until the day comes when every citizen believes in you once again, I shall not forget.
Thank you. Your words alone are all I need.
Really? That's all you need? Dude.
I say, you've become considerably stronger than you were in years past, Albie. You find ample opportunity to train on your journey with Letty?
Yes, and I do not intend to fall short of you.
Listen to that confidence. Then how about we bring this to Letty? I asked, if you and I were to have a match right now, who'd be the victor? Well?
I accept. A fine challenge. Your Highness, I ask for your fair judgment.
Very well. Understood. In that case...
Again, same option.
I would be the victor.
I'd love to get dressed down.
Hold now. Whatever do you mean?
A bout between Theo and I was the topic in question.
Since childhood, the two of you were oft in competition, and I was oft excluded. Well, I too have had my share of experiences on this journey, and am now stronger. I do not lack against the two of you.
Oh? You do know you cannot rescind such an invitation to a knight.
Cease, Theo! Highness, please be careful with your assertions. Theo will take you in earnest.
I'd love to get dressed down.
You constantly strain yourself, Albie.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Cousin Theo, how your soldiers revere you.
Does it appear as such? I suppose I'm not thought of poorly.
I can clearly see that you care for your men. The trust they pay you in return speaks volumes.
That has seldom occurred to me. Then again, since I was a soldier, Father has often hammered it into me that I must do whatever it takes to take care of my subordinates.
Lord Uncle said that?
Surprised?
Oh, forgive me.
Have my eyes seen something so
No need. It is surprising, I'm sure. Although I do enjoy a rather carefree existence in comparison to you, Letty.
To me?
Why, each and every citizen of Osarius is an underling of yours, are they not?
Are you suggesting I think myself above the citizenry?
Well, you stand above them after all. To them, it is much so.
Something so sinister.
I see. Is it really?
Letty, what I am trying to impart is that you must take care of all your subjects properly. In return, they will honor you with their trust and loyalty.
How I hope that will be true.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
Ah, a cider enthusiast.
Yeah, from time to time. I've been drinking with my dad and brother for a while now, so I can hold my booze all right.
I see. Please do not drink to excess.
No worries. I know my limits. I'll tell you what, though. Osirius has some primo-grade stuff.
Is that so? Never have I partaken in the drink, so I can only use my imagination. Surely it must be delicious.
Oh, what makes you think that?
In the past, I have caught a glimpse of the castle soldiers gathering for shared libations. They were quite jovial, danced, and suddenly became exquisite melodists. So I presumed it to be delicious.
I don't think its taste had anything to do with their giddy mood. Then again, I guess that's one way of saying any drink's a good drink if you're enjoying yourself.
I do not understand.
It's fine. You will one day.
Cider drinkers oft tell me so. I suppose I shall look forward to that day.
But that's where we're going to actually end this part, and in the next part we'll carry on with the story. I looked around, couldn't find any more Theo or Ray ones that would unlock for me anyway. Maybe I missed it, maybe there is others, maybe there's more on unlock as we progress through chapter 4 here. Don't know, but we're going to carry on with the story for now. Well, I say for now, next part, you know what I mean. Sort off for now. This now.